real world.
Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on Godzilla King of the Monsters Rodan. This is from Neca Toys. As you can tell, you get a nice image of Rodan right there on the front of the box. Looking pretty good. He's from the movie. Over here, we'll open up the door, the window, and you can see into the figure, and you get a couple extra accessories right there. You get a nice little product image of Rodan himself right there. Over here on this side of the box, you get Godzilla King of Monsters right up there at the top. Different specs on this figure, and you get Rodan down there at the bottom. Over here on this side of the box, you get a little bio of all the figures. You get Rodan down there at the bottom. You get that same image on the front of the box, and you get Godzilla King of the Monsters up there at the top. Over here on this side of the box, you get a nice little product image of Rodan. You get Godzilla King of the Monsters, and you get other figures from this wave. Up here at the top of the box, you get Godzilla King of Monsters Rodan, and you get a nice little product image of Godzilla himself. Down here at the bottom, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it and open this bad bird up. Okay, let's take a good look at these accessories. First of all, we'll take a good look at this head sculpt. I like how the eyes turned out about the most on this figure. They really do pop, but I like how you can see the different tones. It's like got orangish red tone, and up underneath that like charred burnt look. It looks very good. I'm very pleased with that. We'll go ahead and look at this other head sculpt right here. And this is the wide open head sculpt, and this is probably the way I would display this figure, but it looks very good. I like that eye, it just like stands out very good. And I like the colors that they use, the sculpt work. I like that you can see the tongue in there, how it kind of like glistens back here like if his mouth was wet or something. I really do enjoy that a lot. Now I do want to note that I think they should have just gave us an articulated jaw. That way we could just open and close the mouth. And it had just been on a hinge. I think that would have been the cheaper way out. But I'm not complaining. We got an extra head sculpt. And, you know, we have our options of displaying him. And this is the stand that you would port the figure on. And I'll show you that in a minute. But it looks very good. I'm very pleased with this. And this right here is the explosion effect piece, and I love all the different colors that you see throughout. That mustard orange in there, and you got this translucent orange, or like a yellowish orange right here, and I should say mustard yellow right here, and like the burnt smoky red. Looks very good. I'm very pleased with how this fire effect turned out. From a distance it looks pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. And like it could be like hot melted magma rocks too. I mean, it don't even just have to be an explosion, but you can use it as an explosion as well. But right here, we'll take a look at the stand itself. Slide this out the way. And it looks very good. I'm very pleased with that. I like the detailing that you see on the rocks. It looks very, very good. And it's a good sturdy plastic, so it's not cheap. It's not going to break on you very easily. So that pleases me a lot. And all this on the inside looks very good, but I don't ever remember him being like near in the movie all like machinery, like I thought he would lived in a volcano, and I didn't think it had all this stuff in the volcano, but I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and rewatch the movie, but I really do enjoy this piece right here. It looks very good. And while I have it disassembled, I might as well go ahead and show you how to assemble this thing. Right here, I don't know if you can, how well you can tell, but that's got it's not a full circle, it's kind of like a half circle. And you just got to match this piece up with that right there. And wherever you put it in, I know on mine, it feels like it's a little loose right here. But that, I believe that's okay, because whenever you're walking around, it's not really going to move that piece that much. And you have a little hole right here at the top of this fiery explosion right there, and you just slide this on, and you can just move this around whichever direction you want to face your Rodan. So up to you, just however you please, but I figured I'd go ahead and explain that to y'all. ashes and the hot magma, here is Rodan out of the box and ready to hunt down Godzilla onto your screen. This figure really looks amazing. I'm very impressed with how this figure turned out. And I do have some little nitpicks here and there. And we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, let's take a good look at his articulation. And this is how wide his wingspan is if you were just curious to know. Right here, you get movement right there, and it moves his wrist, as you can tell. I'll go ahead and bring that in a lot closer. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's rubbing right there. And if you do that for extended amount of time, move that, I'm sure it'll rub this paint off. So that's displeasing. I wish they would have kind of gapped that out just a little bit further. That's just a little nitpick of mine. That way, you know, wherever you're moving it, you don't hear that sound and that rubbing, and it won't rub your paint off. That to me is just a little bit bothersome. And his head can move that far down and this far up. Great for flying poses. And he's got well, if you do his head this way, he's got a little bit of that confused dog going on that side and a little bit more to that side. And you can't really spin his head top joint around for his head in a full 360, but you can do his neck in the full 360 like the Exorcist right there. He has no waist or torso articulation, which that doesn't bother me at all because, I mean, he's a big giant flying monster. And his legs, they do kick up. Well, this one will kick up right here. Kick up about that high without me feeling like I'm going to break it. And it kicks back far back. And his wings, they go in that far, just like so. And back, that's as far as they'll go back. So, I mean, you know, great for them flying poses. It does just enough what you need. Now, this right here, this plastic, I don't know if you can hear it, but it feels like if you were to step on this thing by accident or like put a little bit of pressure on that would snap. So I wish this would have been like a softer, more pliable or rubberier plastic. That's a little bit bothersome, you know, but I mean, that's just a little nitpick of mine. Take a good look at that sculpt work and detailing, and I'm really impressed with this figure. He kind of looks like a pterodactyl, I mean, in a weird little way, because, I mean, you got all these different scales right here on the wings and stuff. Looks very good. It looks like he's been burnt and charred up. That pleases me a lot because, I mean, he's like a fiery phoenix, right? So that pleases me. Now, these yellow dots, though, I'm kind of confused on why they're on the figure. I'm hoping that's a factoring mistake, but I'm not 100%. Let me know if he's supposed to have that in the comments below. But right there, I like the different coloring that they use throughout. That pleases me a lot. I like how it's like a lighter brown down here. It kind of gets darker as you go into it. And you still have hints of the lighter brown in through there. And it's more like an orangish, like charred, burned charcoal look. You know, I mean, it's kind of weird to explain. You'd have to see something that's been burnt and charred to be able to tell. But anyway, I like the black that they used around his hands and his fingernails. Looks very, very good right there. The scaling right down through here still looks good. But underneath the tail, I like how it's lighter down here at the tail. You know, it looks very good. Don't look at that. But anyway, right here his toes, they look very, very good. I'm very pleased with that. I like the scaling that you see on his chest, the burnt, and he's more like a gray tone on his chest than he is throughout the rest of the figure. I guess he got more burnt on his chest or something, I don't know. But on his neck, you have more of that orangish red charred on his neck. Looks very good. These hinges, though, you don't really notice these hinges just up underneath these lights and on camera. But, I mean, wherever you're posing the figure around, you don't really see them, so they don't bother me at all. But right here, right there, it looks very good. And there's some more of them yellow dots. I don't I don't really care for them dots at all. But that was a good look at Rodan. Here's how Rodan scales next to Atomic Breath Godzilla. Even though I don't think it's fair to compare, here's how Rodan scales next to a couple fellow NECA toys. We have from the GameStop exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90s movie. We have the Foot Soldier over there on the left, and we have Shredder over there on the right. Here's how he scales next to McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse's Unchained Armored Superman over there on his left. And on his right, we have Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection lines Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger over there on his right. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. This figure's sculpt work and paint applications amaze me. NECA does a great job whenever it comes to their detail on their figures. I love them eyes. I love the stand and the base that we got with it. It pleases me a lot. Even though I find it kind of hard to balance him on his stand. I mean, I might have to mess around with it a little bit more so I can learn how to use it a little bit better. But other than that, I mean, got his joints rubbing right there where his wings is. That bothers me a lot. That could rub the paint off. I don't like them yellow dots personally on there, on the figure. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Serge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Serge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times.
Yeah. Stop trying to shoot the bird.